Welcome to the Unveiled Epic Echoes channel. Today, we're diving deep into an unexplored historical mystery. In a quiet corner of the Appalachian foothills, long before highways carved their way through ancient forests, and long before electric lights dimmed the glow of fireflies, there existed a small, hidden settlement known only in scattered folklore as Merrow Glen. It was a place whispered about in passing, a place where the wind carried strange harmonies no one could quite explain. And at the heart of these whispers lived a solitary girl named June, known to those few who remembered her as the girl who collected echoes. She grew up in a log house built from chestnut beams darkened by time, surrounded by a wilderness that felt older than memory itself. Her mother, a quiet woman descended from early settlers, often spoke of the mountains as if they were living elders who had watched over countless forgotten civilizations. Her father, a traveling cartographer, gathered old stories like other men gathered coins, but was different from them both. From childhood, she possessed a strange, unexplainable ability. She could hear echoes no one else could, not the familiar echoes that bounce from canyon walls, but echoes from the past, voices, footsteps, distant chants, ghostly impressions suspended in the air as if the mountains themselves replayed their memories through her ears. At first, she thought everyone heard them, the soft weeping beside an empty creek, the murmurs of a council long turned to dust, the laughter of a child who never came home. But as she grew older, she realized the truth. She alone heard these forgotten fragments, and something inside her wanted to save them before they faded forever. One spring day, while wandering through a hollow dotted with ferns, she heard a faint whisper vibrating through the hum of cicadas. The whisper was unlike any she had ever encountered, stronger, clearer, as if carried intentionally across time. Drawn by it, she followed the sound to a narrow cave shielded by wild rhododendrons. Inside, she felt the air thicken with a presence older than any story her father had collected. The whisper became a voice, soft yet commanding, instructing her to gather what was lost. A gentle glow spread across the cave walls, revealing smooth stones arranged in a deliberate pattern, a spiral leading inward. At the center lay a small clay vessel etched with symbols she had never seen. When she touched it, the air vibrated, and in that vibration, she heard them, echoes layered together like ancient harmonies, drums from an unknown tribe, chants from ceremonies long forgotten, the rustle of unfamiliar garments, the crackle of sacred fires. When she lifted the clay vessel, the sounds followed her, swirling around her like invisible fireflies. From that moment, she understood her purpose. She became the collector of echoes, not by choice, but by destiny shaped long before her birth. Over the next several years, wandered through the forests, valleys, and abandoned clearings that scattered the Appalachian range. She followed faint hums in the air, guiding her to places where history lingered like dew on morning leaves. Villagers occasionally glimpsed her walking at dusk with jars, pouches, and small vessels, each containing trapped harmonies only she could hear. They whispered about her, of course, spinning tales of witchcraft or mountain magic, but paid them no mind. Her mission felt sacred, and with each echo she captured, the clay vessel she found in the cave seemed to glow brighter, as though awakening with every memory she preserved. Yet with each captured echo, a lingering question grew in her heart. Why did these sounds persist? Why had they survived untouched by time? And what purpose did they serve? The answer began to reveal itself one autumn evening when the wind carried a sound so heavy it felt like thunder murmuring secrets. Followed that resonance deep into an unexplored ravine. There, hidden beneath a collapsed stone archway, she discovered ancient ruins, unlike anything recorded in American history. Carvings on the stones depicted a forgotten civilization, predating known indigenous tribes. A people who believed sound was not merely vibration, but a vessel of memory, wisdom, and soul. These people, she realized, had once preserved their entire history through echoes, recorded not in writing, but in the resonance of their surroundings. When their civilization faded, their echoes remained, drifting through the land like orphaned spirits waiting for a listener. And now she, June, was that listener. As she explored the ruins, she felt an overwhelming pull guiding her deeper, until she found a chamber hidden beneath layers of moss and stone. Inside, the air shimmered with trapped sound. When she stepped forward, every echo she had ever collected vibrated within their vessels. Trembling violently as if begging to be released, the clay vessel she carried pulsed with warm light. Suddenly, the ground shook, and a deep rumble echoed from the chamber walls. A stone figure, half statue, half guardian, emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing like embers. In a voice that sounded like fractured mountains speaking, it said, "The echoes remember you," stood frozen. Her heart pounding, the guardian continued, explaining that the ancient people foresaw the loss of their civilization and created a way for their history to survive, not through physical structures, but through sound itself. They crafted the clay vessel she now held, meant for a chosen descendant who could unlock their knowledge when the world was ready to understand it. She understood now she was that descendant, but there was more. The guardian revealed that one final echo remained lost, the echo that told the truth of why the ancient civilization disappeared. And without that final piece, the story of the forgotten people would remain incomplete, their wisdom forever fragmented. With newfound purpose, set out to find the final echo. Days passed as she traveled deeper into the wilderness, guided only by faint, sorrowful vibrations in the wind. She climbed steep ridges, crossed icy streams, and navigated through forests so dense they seemed untouched since the dawn of time. Then, on a silent night when the stars glimmered like scattered embers, she heard it, the faintest whisper she had ever encountered. It came from an old sycamore tree standing alone in a meadow. When she touched its bark, a surge of emotion rushed through her. Fear, mourning, loss. The final echo had been trapped in the tree, preserved by roots that once intertwined with a sacred gathering place. When she leaned closer, the echo played for her. She heard the truth. The ancient civilization had not vanished through war or natural disaster. They had willingly dissolved themselves to protect the knowledge they carried. Their understanding of echoes, of memory and resonance, was so powerful that they feared it would fall into the wrong hands. So they chose to hide their entire existence in the only vessel that could keep them safe, sound itself. When the final echo faded, felt tears in her eyes. She placed the echo into the clay vessel, and the moment she did, the vessel shone like a miniature sun. The world around her brightened, and she was transported, just for a breath, into the heart of the ancient civilization. She saw their faces, their rituals, their love, their hopes. She saw them blessing her, acknowledging her as the bearer of their legacy. Then the vision dissolved like morning mist, returned to the hidden chamber beneath the ruins, the full vessel in her hands. The guardian appeared again, bowing deeply. "You have restored what was lost," it said. The chamber filled with a soft, melodic hum, the collective echoes merging into a single harmonious resonance. The walls came alive with glowing symbols, telling the complete story of the forgotten civilization. Felt peace wash over her as the hum lulled the chamber into stillness. The vessel dimmed, its purpose fulfilled. She knew she would continue to wander, to listen, to preserve the subtle whispers time tried to bury. But for now, she simply stood in the chamber, breathing the ancient air, knowing she had brought light to an untold chapter of human history. And though Marrow Glen would one day fade from memory, the echoes she collected would live on, quiet guardians of what once was, waiting patiently for anyone willing to listen. This mysterious journey ends here, but stay tuned for more untold stories in our next video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new stories. Thank you, and see you again.